Hello, and welcome to Meditate with Tami. This is Tami Droese, and thank you for joining me. And I'm just going to share some things about myself and how I use meditation, why I am teaching meditation. Who am I to be teaching you meditation? Just so you know a little bit more about me with the videos that I am putting out there. And I started meditating. Trying to think if it was before that. I might have done some things before, but 2014, I went in for some mental health recovery, lots of depression, suicide idealizations. I was in really self-medicating and numbing with alcohol and cannabis to soften all these feelings that were coming in me. And I thought I was a bad, bad person. I had self-hate, self-doubt, shame. I was a parent. I didn't know what I was doing. I was scared of life. And I was around a lot of people, but I felt incredibly alone. And I just didn't know what to do. So I went to the doc and kind of turned myself in and asked for help. And I went on the adventure from there. I went into therapy. I started mindfulness meditation, which I liked, but it was hard for me because it was I thought it was just like being about still and being perfect and trying to be this meditator. And I wasn't really thinking about myself or giving myself space to practice meditation. Um, so that's how the journey began. And I kind of stepped away for meditation for a little bit because I could not connect with it. I could not get still. My thoughts were so racing in my head. And it was just, I was lost and I did not know what to do. So I started reaching out for other types of recovery, and I went into like group therapy and DBT therapy, which was helpful. Still didn't totally connect with the meditation, and I was looking for, I think, more of like a community of people. So I was researching, I started researching alcohol and what alcohol does to the body and depression, and it's a depressant, and so it wasn't helping me at all. So I went into recovery. I quit drinking for 5 years. I'm not fully abstinent now, but I'm mostly alcohol free. And I found some really great communities out there. And that led me into different styles of meditation. That's when I first tasted visualization meditation with connection into repairing like relationships and families. So that really drew my attention. And then I was led to intuitive meditation teaching, which I've spent I believe it was like 4.5, 5 years in training. And then I did teaching there too. And I ended up stepping away from that teaching because I wanted to get more into a broader life recovery for people. And it was great, expansive. I learned the basis of my visualization teachings there. And that is a practice that really, really helped me with depression and forgiving myself for having suicide ideologies in my head. And just really forgiving myself for a lot of things, but really like grounding in to our planet energy and releasing and bringing things in we want in our space or emotions or circumstances. And it really, I was kind of like, is this a placebo? What is this intuitive business stuff? It really worked. It helped me, resonated. I changed so much of myself. I was able to go through a big trauma therapy recovery. I found out a lot about myself, the relationships I was in, very dysfunctional and emotionally immature relationships, which I didn't even know was a thing. I didn't know about emotional intelligence. I didn't know about connections, and humans need people, and we are really designed to take care of our internal selves and connect our bodies to our minds and really take care of our inner self so we could be better at relationships with our people, better parents. I parented with no education on brain development or emotional intelligence and nurturing and guiding and protecting our children. It's my children are in their 20s, and I'm learning all this stuff now. And that's another thing I work through in their forgiveness of being a human and raising my children blind with that. Like, I was a loving parent, but I was a very scared internal parent. I was afraid of myself. I was afraid of everybody. I was afraid of making people mad or not being who they want me to be. And that's just how I lived. And it's kind of like waking up from a big dream world. And it's hard waking up from I think I was like in a denial place. It's really hard waking up and getting to know yourself and trust yourself and like yourself. Especially I was a person who couldn't look at myself in a mirror, but let alone make a video for people. I mean, it just wasn't, I had no or very little self-worth. And there's a lot of us in that boat, and a lot of us are afraid to talk about it. And a lot of us grow up in a family system, in a society that really governs us in quietly how to be. And I really conform to that, trying to be what the world wants me to be. And I got completely lost in that. And growing up in a family where feeling your emotions and like writing and feeling, like crying or, being really sad because you're sad. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. Crying is so beneficial for the body. Our tears are like natural antidepressants. And it's just, when you go into the science or all the knowledge of what emotions do for us, it's exciting to feel emotions. It's not always comfortable. It's not like I welcome sorrow. It's just like, oh, here it is. But when I walk through that sorrow, when I meditate and give me space to feel it, it goes through me. It doesn't get stuck in me. I don't get stuck anymore in a sad story. I have been in grief. I was in grief for a long time after a breakup, and I think just resisting it and trying to go forward and move forward and not feel this grief part just held me in the grief loop, because it's not going to go anywhere. It just goes down in your body and it comes back up. So I would like do things like try and numb something out, but it would come back tenfold. And I just didn't know what was going on. So the meditation really gave me space to sit with who I am. Who in the hell is this person that I'm sitting in this body? And just really figuring out what I need. And the moments of sitting with myself, like, sometimes if you don't have time to meditate, you could just do like a 5-minute meditation before you get out of bed. Sometimes I would sit for 20 minutes. Sometimes I would sit, on a really hard time, hour and a half. You could meditate in the bathtub. You could do all this kind of stuff. You have different ways to do it. It doesn't have to be this perfect, still, clear your mind out. Although I do like to do that stillness, but the visualization really, for my busy mind, my doubtful mind, it really allowed me to sit with myself and get to know myself and release a lot of things in myself that we carry a lot of energies of other people that we don't even know that we're carrying. And this practice really helped me move out what wasn't mine and what is mine. And it really helped me realize what is my stuff, what is my children's stuff, what are my partner's stuff, my family's stuff. Like, all that could be out and we could support it, but we don't have to encase it in our bodies. I thought I was fully responsible for everybody. And if the family's happy, I'm okay, I'm safe. And that's a childhood response to how you were raised. And I thought it was a way of life. And the beautiful thing about giving yourself time and doing meditations, you really get to be with yourself. I also did a lot of meditation. I went through cancer last year, which was a total surprise. I was starting a meditation training last February, and I got diagnosed, or the beginning of the diagnosis. It's like January 24th. I was there, and we started meditation trainings February 8th. And it was a pretty intensive 9 or 10 months of seriously training in all styles of meditation. And I got certified in that as well. But going through cancer, I don't know if I could have navigated how I did without the meditation practice. Also scientifically, it's really healing in the body, along with all my other tools I did with it, with cancer fighting foods and some fasting and exercise and yoga and just calming the nervous system. I really think my cancer flared up with stress. And also a year and a half ago, I went back into my numbing coping mechanisms because my life changed drastically and I didn't know what to do. What have I done? You know, just like coming into grips with life change and the whole roundedness. It really taught me that whole cancer journey, and I'm cancer free now, only like what is it, like maybe 8 weeks officially cancer free. So I still have that fear of it. I lost all my, no, I didn't lose all my hair. I got very lucky. I didn't lose all my hair, but I had to go through the grief. I had really long hair when I started. And it was wild and scary, and other humans are afraid of it too. So they don't know how to fully allow you to be in it or support you. Not all, but not all the humans, but a lot. Well, I used to be afraid of cancer. Now it's not, I'm not really as afraid. I know it's something to get through, but the meditation practice during the cancer really taught me a lot about the meditation practice and how important it is to get to ourselves and really like have that uncertainty of not knowing what is going to happen, and having a past with suicide idealizations and then being on the fence with death was a really weird thing, because now I'm fighting for my life. It really helped heal a lot of those thoughts for me. And all the doctors I talked to were just so overjoyed that I was in this meditation training, and I was meditating every day during cancer. Very rewarding. Even when things felt like I wasn't going to be around anymore, it's a really scary place to be, to have cancer in your body. I had lung cancer, and that there's not a lot of good odds on cancer, but for some reason I came out of it. And the what is it called? The when it comes back, I totally lost the word. Anyway, the chances of it coming back are below 10% for me. And that's like, I had this incredible healing journey. Also with the meditation, it really helped me calm and open up to answers and open up to the research I was looking for and open up to the right doctors. I had like the low insurance and I had incredible care. And I think if I didn't meditate, I might have missed out on some of those opportunities. Because I wouldn't hear you don't hear when you're stressed, you don't hear everything. You maybe miss like an email or a phone call or just like bumping into somebody. And it's just like the meditation, when I calm my body down, when I calm my nervous system down, when I like visually ground myself to our planet energy and release anything that's stressful and bring me energies of what I need. And it really expanded my meditation knowledge and really gave me an extra big calling to teach this and offer it. I feel like I'm more offering than teacher, but just getting it out there and it's helped me tremendously. I am grateful for meditation. I know it's helped me be here today with many things and depression and even post-cancer and having such a great prognosis. Like the oncologist is like, I've never seen a recovery like this before. And I hit depression, which is really strange. I think it's like being in the chemo room, seeing a lot of people going through things, a lot of people in pain, a lot of people suffering and making it through. It's like there's survivor guilt. There is going back to your life because you're on hold and you're fully just healing cancer, and everything that was stressful in my life didn't seem stressful anymore until I got back into life. And I'm like, why did I fight so hard? I mean, I had that thought, but I had to forgive myself that thought, because human life is it's not easy peasy. It's we go through life, we go through things, we have losses, things don't last forever, things change. And I was in a system that wasn't that excited about change and didn't like change. So I thought change was bad. And I'm just learning things change every day. And taking life, surfing life, feeling the emotions, feeling the hard stuff, feeling the good stuff. I mean, some of us have trouble taking in the good stuff because that's another thing. I would get something really awesome would happen and I would be happy. And then I would be afraid that I was going to lose the happiness. So I would like buck around the happiness. And, it's just, there's so many things. It's so scary being a human. And it's also so amazing being a human. And I really want to bring out a healing tool to help everybody. And that's like, I mentioned I was in trauma therapy. Relationship trauma and addiction therapy is it's great. If you can find somebody that's really knowledgeable and keeps you going through it. This meditation practice kept me in my therapy. It helped me get through it. Instead of telling the same story for years and years and years and years and years to the same therapist. So yeah, I am just grateful for this practice, and that's why I am called to be here. I'm going to be on other platforms as well, but YouTube is my first one because I have such a love for healing on YouTube, and I got so much help on YouTube. So many doctors, therapists, meditation teachers, even all these creative outlets, people sharing their lives. So that's why I'm called to put meditations free here on YouTube. So yeah, that's pretty much what meditation does for me. Meditation helped me I was going to say get my life back, but I never lost my life. Meditation helped me be in, or it helps me be in and experience my life every day and be accepting to what I'm feeling and to feel more love instead of fear. And when I feel resistance or fear come in, it's here for a reason. So I feel it and look at it and let it move. And that's the meditation flow, really, with the visualization and releasing energy, feeling energy. That is just a big one for me. And connecting the mind and the body and reminding our human selves that we are amazing. Our bodies are amazing. If the more I meditate and visualize, the more I like kind of can see my whole machine working. Like the way humans take care of cars sometimes are better than how they take care of their bodies. And this practice really helps me take care of this body and the inside and parent myself and love myself. If I do something wrong now, not wrong, but a mistake, or, you know, instead of that internal rear kicking, and how could you do something like that? Oh, I was such a punishment head person. Now when I do something, it's more like, you are a badass, Tami. You got it. You did that, and it bothered you that you did that, and now we change it, and we don't have to get stuck on, I can't believe you did that. What, you know, that whole self blogging. You know, I don't do that anymore. If I find it sneaks in, I shift it. And that's the meditation practice really helps me get there. It really helps me sit through like anger periods, even if I don't want to sit through the anger. And it does so many things for me. And along with visualization meditation, I do love like the family internal system healing parts. I do that in my teachings as well. There's some on YouTube in there. And mindfulness, walking meditation, the Buddhist style meditation, silent meditation is really good. It can get unnerving, but when you get into it, it could get really good. There's just so many different styles, and like yoga nidra, I always say that wrong. When you check in with your body and you meditate, that helps for sleep. Hypnosis meditation. Oh my God, I could go on and on and on. So there's so many, and I kind of pull in those different pieces. When I have my training, we trained in all that broad spectrum, which I loved more than training in just one style. Like, this is the fastest way to heal you. I don't believe that there's like one fast way to heal you. And I don't believe you ever get healed per se in a human body. It's you're recovering and healing and living and going through the experiences, and things get hard and then they get easy. There's different seasons. You just like ride it, but you take care of yourself through it. So that's pretty much the basis of my teaching. It's really to help humans get in touch with themselves and learn how to love themselves, especially if you don't like yourself at all. And being somebody that really hated themselves, it is possible to find love for yourself. And it takes a while, and it takes patience. And it is there. It is there. And when you find that love, it quiets all kinds of things that can bring toxins into your life, like external things that numb us, or maybe we shop and we spend too much money, and that's a toxin stress. It just quiets down all those things, and it helps forgive all those things. So yeah, that's what I'm about. And I know it shifts and changes, and you just write it out. And yeah, so thank you for being here. Thank you for taking care of yourself. And it also, in all my meditations, I trained in trauma informed, and I'm also doing some more training in that in a different avenue, which trauma informed is really one of my loves, because that's really where I learned how to take care of myself. It means that you do for you what feels good to you. You don't go into a meditation and just like white knuckle it. If you don't like it, if you don't like me teaching you, take me off. You don't need that. There's so many different avenues. So trauma informed is really finding your true self and learning how to take care of yourself and relieve and forgive and heal all those things that happen to you, and give you more space in life, give you more self-protection. Yeah. So thank you for listening and being here and making yourself a priority, and your life and your healing a priority. And if you like this channel, you can subscribe, and you could like this video. Apparently, I'm learning more about YouTube, but apparently when you subscribe and like, it gets the word out there to more people. More people could get this meditation practice. So thank you very much. And I'm honored that you're here, and I look forward to meditating with you in the future.